Well, the battle between Harvard and the Trump administration takes another turn as the White House claims a list of demands sent to Harvard last week was a mistake. The Ivy League school already had publicly rejected the demands on that list. Let's bring in former Education Secretary under President Ronald Reagan, Bill Bennett. Secretary Bennett, it's kind of strange what the administration has done here, this about face. It would seem to hurt their case in trying to make these demands of Harvard. Would you agree?
Yeah, a little bit. I think they'd be wise to withdraw and say that was a memo circulated for review, not intended to be sent to Harvard. But we will review all those factors. They don't have to apologize for it. They'll just say they'll review them again. But there are bigger issues, John. There are bigger questions about this whole thing. And one of them is not being reported, I think, very, very broadly. If I may, the Supreme Court found in 2023 that Harvard was in violation of civil rights laws in terms of its admissions. This was the Students for Fairness in Admissions complaint, lodged primarily by Asian students, but it affected other students too. And the court said, yeah, you're discriminating against students on the basis of race. Now, so the question is, that was 2023. Has Harvard fixed that? Or have they just gone along with what they were doing before? If they haven't fixed it, let me make this plain. They are in violation of civil rights law, and therefore, like the Bob Jones precedent of 40 years ago, I don't think you're old enough to remember that, John.
I am. Yes.
They, okay. They will have to be removed from any federal funding because they're in violation of civil rights laws. Bob Jones, it was just public policy, serious public policy, but public policy. This is outright violation of law. What has been that admissions policy in those last 2 years? Let's talk to those Asian students and those white males and find out.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like, go ahead, sorry.
Well, you know, the Trump administration was talking about threatening a little over $2 billion in federal funding for Harvard. Right. Now, Harvard has a $52 billion endowment. Do they need federal dollars?
Well, they need federal dollars in this sense. That $52 billion endowment is already spoken for. You might recall that when people give money to colleges, they'll say for the study of chemistry, or for a student from Kansas, or for a great pole vaulter. That's what a lot of that endowment money is for. So it can't be used, dispersed as in whatever way Harvard would like to disperse it. Now, having spent some years at Harvard, and I should fully disclose that, John, and they were good years, they were mixed, but I would like to save Harvard, but only if Harvard is not in violation of civil rights laws, and if it will return to the Harvard, not of wokeness, not of DEI, not of the rich elite that it was the first 200 years, but to the intellectual elite, the high achievers, the workers, the kids who have shown through their efforts and achievement and accomplishments they deserve to be at Harvard. I was around Harvard when Bill Gates was there. He didn't graduate. He decided to leave. I advised him not to. I said, you should stay. You'll probably have a better career if you stay at Harvard. So I was wrong on that one. I was wrong. He did all right, but he was preternaturally bright anyway, as were a number of the kids at Harvard who I talked to.
Well, I wondered whatever happened to that guy, Bill Gates. I'm not sure. Very quickly,
yeah, I predict that he'd be unheard of.
Yeah. We sampled some opinions on Harvard of what they think of this federal fight. Let's listen for just a second.
So I think Harvard is faced with a choice, and it seems like they're making the wrong choice.
It was great for Harvard to reject the asks.
We should never make a trade-off between dollars and what we consider to be our core values.
Students generally are displeased and generally happy that Harvard has taken a stance.
All students here are incredibly proud right now that Harvard is standing up for academic integrity.
So it sounds like the students are happy. We have just about 20 seconds left.
Well, there are all those opinions, but again, I think if Harvard's in defiance of the law. 2 years later, I don't know what they're doing in admissions. That's where the inquiry should be. Harvard should conduct that inquiry. Donald Trump can help. There can be a joint inquiry. And if the admissions are open and fair, okay, they are eligible for the money. But if they're not, they got to fix these things before they do.
Bill Bennett, the former Secretary of Education. It's good to have you on. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.